Hey, morning guys. Just got to the dairy, trying to get my mindset. I stayed up till I think nearly 2 last night, working on a video. I got a solid 5. Fixed to start the tractor, get moved to that second to last 120. So hopefully today no bearings go out. I'm not gonna have my truck. Something goes down, I'll have to get Dad or Casey to come get me. Let's get this thing cranked up. Oh, it's nice this morning. So it's so windy. My allergies are really bothering me today, though. Dust is catching up with me. Don't tell anybody this is where I hide the key. I almost forgot. I'm gonna check this oil real quick. New tractor. I still check it on all of them every day, but this one, the first couple days, I checked it twice a day. Yeah, still good. It's crazy too, like on that 9RT, the oil stays super clean. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Those engines run way cleaner than the older ones. Usually by 200 hours, it's black as it can be. But these look like I just changed the oil on them. So there's always a plume of dust when I crank her up. It's pretty chilly this morning. It's in the 40s again. I think it was like 41 when I got up. It's probably getting close to 50 now. Let this thing warm up a good 20-30 minutes. Then I'll get her folded up and get moving. Hey guys. While the tractor's warming up, I decided to walk to the pivot and back, get my steps in for the day. Just doing a little thinking. Got all the dairy cows over there. You know, the dairy cow, a milk cow, is an amazing creature. I think it's one of the best animals God could have put on this green earth. You take a milk cow, produces milk every year round, or not year round, but it produces milk, goes to butter, cheese, yogurt, all that good stuff. Coffee, cream, you know, Starbucks uses a lot of milk, so don't forget that. And they produce a calf every year, and at the end of their life, they become what they call a beef cow, and they get beefed. And so they produce for our population their entire life, really, if you think about it. And so, I don't know, I used to work for this dairy when I was about 15. I had my hardship license here in Texas. And I was pretty young at the time, but I was always amazed at those cows and the way they worked. And the milkers and just the whole process is pretty neat. And so, yeah, I've always been a big fan of the dairy cow, the milk cow. I remember my dad used to tell me when I was a kid that they always had a milk cow in the barn. And they'd go out there and hand milk that thing every morning. And so, you know, compared to now with the machines and the suction cups and everything that goes into it, it's definitely a different ballgame. So, anyways, just that was kind of my train of thoughts this morning, was the milk cow and how much they actually produce for everybody. It's a pretty neat process. So yeah, I'm gonna get on this thing, get it folded up, get moved. Hopefully no breakdowns today, knock on metal. That's all I got. I ain't got no wood around here. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this one hand. This plow's really cool in the sense that the chocks are built into the plow. So I don't know if you guys can see that. You just push this handle up and put this pin back in. Oh, this is an easy one-handed. There we go. Puts this in place on top of that cylinder, so if we pop a hose going down the road, it'll slam on this and it'll rest, and you won't tear your plow up, you won't get into the pavement or the road. if it works. It's supposed to work. It should work, right? I don't want to find out. I forgot to take that stupid tube off, so I'll just have to take it off at the next farm. I don't know why some of these tire companies they come out and they just leave that crap in the field, man. What's so bad about throwing it on your truck or throwing it in the trash when you get back to town? It's littering. It's terrible. All right, I'm gonna do this side real quick. Same thing. Just pull this pin, slide this up, throws that bar in there on top of that cylinder. The pin back in, and then also because of the way this plow is designed, it's got these big pins here. Pop these out, slap them in this hole here, and now supposedly if I pop a wing hose or something goes bad, then the wing can't fall down. So I'm ready for my, I don't know, I think it's 6 miles, 3 miles, I don't know. Ready to get over there and get started. I already feel bad because I stayed up so dang late last night working on that video. Alright, let's get going. You better move. Don't make me do it. Get out the way. Get out the way. Oh, 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 oh. She didn't move. What are you doing?
Driving.
Where are we going?
To eat lunch.
With who?
Your dad and Diane.
I'm gonna put your face and your picture on this video.
Why?
So I'll get more views. She's still laughing about that. It's my wife.
I bet everyone loves hearing the seatbelt go off.
You know, in one of those truck videos, I think it was in the Raptor R that day it snowed, the seatbelt door was going off. And somebody posted in the comments, put your seatbelt on. We're still on the farm, guys. We're still driving down the turn road. But I'll put my seatbelt on. I've gotten so used to that thing being off, checking wells and stuff, I just leave it off all the time. It's such a pain to buckle up to drive 200 feet. So, in case you just can't figure me out, we're going to get some lunch. Dad and his wife did some chicken fried steaks, right? Yeah, chicken fried steaks. She makes a mean one. I'll give her that. I got about 70 acres into that. Should finish here in a couple hours. Move over to Dad's. I'll knock that out tonight. I'm hoping to get home early. That 2 a.m. not killed me. So yeah. Anything else? Peace. Hey guys, I'm back at it. Had a really good chicken fried steak for lunch. It's phenomenal. Casey gave me a ride back. Dad went and got my truck. He dropped off a shovel and some straps. I'm gonna clean the blades off on this thing really good since we're going to his place. Everything over at the dairy and all these other farms that I custom farm, they have a lot of bindweed. Dad's place is really clean, but we clean all the sweeps, the treaders, everything off really good when we leave the field, especially if we're gonna plow his next. So yeah, I got that task ahead of me here shortly. Do a little tractor talk real quick. Somebody asked me about buying tractors up in Kansas this morning, and it kind of stuck with me today. So that 9RT 570, that was the first tractor we've ever bought that wasn't local. And the only reason I didn't get it local is we tried, but they just couldn't get one at the time. The last 3 years, the supply has been so low, demand's been so high. You know, this tractor market, equipment market is just skyrocketed. I mean, it's just gone nuts. The only option I had if I was to buy local was I was going to have to order a 9RT 590. You couldn't get a 570 anymore. And it was way, way higher to go that route than to buy that 570 that I've got now. I found that 570 on Machinery Pete. It was in Kansas at American Implement. I've mentioned Brad before. That was my sales guy. I've bought 2 tractors from him now. It's the same story with the 410. I really had two big things that I wanted. I did not want cab suspension, and I really wanted that EVT transmission. I know a couple farmers down south that are in the Lubbock area. That's a big row crop part of the country. Like they all, like I bet 90% of the farms down there are all row crop, and so those guys run a ton of 8R. Some of those farms, that's all they got. They don't even have articulating tractors down that way. And so, talking to some of those guys, they said that they really like that EVT, and they didn't like the cab suspension so much. And they said what the problem is when you get the cab suspension and you get the active seat, if you're doing a lot of driving down the county roads, it kind of throws you around. And they said it's kind of like riding an amusement ride. They said it's just not very good. And so I talked to everybody about it, talked to my local about it, talked to Kansas about it. The funniest thing is, and what really kind of sealed the deal on the 410 was Brad actually sent me a video of him in the cab suspension tractor that had the active seat, and he was going down a county road, and it was throwing him all over the place. It was the funniest video ever. Unfortunately, he used some language in that video, so I can't post that, and I don't want to do that to him. But anyways, that really sealed the deal on the 410. Our local dealer had a 370, but we got the 410 for almost the same price as a 370. It was kind of crazy the way it all worked out. And they were both spec'd identical other than the transmissions and the cab suspension. So this tractor was really exactly what I wanted. Kind of would have rather got the 370, but now that we've jumped into the 410, I really like it. It pulls the Blade Plow really good. Like I said earlier, I'm running, I mean, it's a easy pulling this 40-foot Blade Plow. I'm only burning 10 gallons an hour, which that just means more savings for me on fuel. And so I'm hoping this tractor turns out to be a good one. And the EVT has been just amazing. I love this transmission so far. So, I don't know. That was just sticking with me. I thought I'd throw that out there. I'm still going to continue to buy local. They just didn't have what we wanted at the time. And I thought, when I traded the 9570R on the 9RT570, I really thought that tractor was at its peak. Just looking on machinery, Pete, I figured eventually it was going to start going down. And technically, I was kind of wrong. I think that tractor might even be worth more now than what I got for it. But we got a lot of money for that tractor. It actually brought more than what we paid for it, like a lot more. And so I kind of look at it that way. That tractor, I ran it 4 years. I can't remember how many hours I put on it. I have to go back and look at my notes. But that tractor brought good money. It made us really good money. And that's one of the biggest reasons why we run all green paint, is the resale on them is just insane. Take for example, like my 8360R. That thing's a 13 model. It was $310,000 back in 13, and I got offered $300 for it last week. So it cost me $10,000 to run that tractor 1,500 hours in 11 years. So green paint holds its value, I think, better than any of the competitors, but they cost a lot more. In the end, they really do. I think they're a lot higher than the competitors, but you're not gonna see me switch anytime soon. But if this inventory deal gets figured out and the demand slows down, inventory kind of builds up, I'm definitely gonna be buying local. So Brad, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry, buddy. You know how it is. Anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there, guys. Hey guys, so I just got moved over to Dad's. I'm pretty low on fuel. This week's been really odd, just with me doing that 100-acre place. I keep filling up at lunchtime. I should have just left the dang fuel trailer on last night so I could have topped off, and then I could have knocked both of those circles out today, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. I'm going to go get the fuel trailer real quick. The wind picked up really bad. It's blowing again. I don't know if it's ever going to stop. It's terrible. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on. Also, I think I have another treader bearing going out. I hope not. It didn't sound very good a while ago, but I kind of messed with it a little bit. I'm going to shoot a little shot of grease in it and hope for the best. We'll see what happens. So I'll keep you posted. Alright, so quick update. I got moved to Dad's. I'm on the home place. and I was on round 3, and I threw another treader bearing. This one was bad enough it locked up. I'm pretty lucky though. A couple hours ago, Chris, one of my guys, texted me and said that those bearings that he ordered came in. They weren't supposed to be till Friday. I don't know how they came in today, but I'm gonna go shut down, run to Napa right quick, get those bearings, come back, fix it, and then I may just call it a day. I chiseled this in a certain angle. I deep ripped it with my disc ripper, and I tried to get the biggest angle I could to keep the dust off the tractor, but man, I just can't keep out of the dust. It's really eating me up when I'm eastbound. Of course, when I'm westbound, it's nothing, but the wind's really bad out of the west. And so I may just call it, go to bed really early tonight, get up really early, and start just super, super early in the morning. We'll see. See how long it takes me to swap this bearing. Good afternoon. That's right, I said good afternoon, not good morning. I forgot my camera in the pickup. I brought everything but the camera itself, so I didn't record anything this morning. I just finished Dad's 120. I'm doing the edges, so when I got by my pickup again, I grabbed it real quick. This field turned out okay, but I think after I plow that, or after I float, run that land leveler over that 120 at the Deere, I'm going to bring it over here, and I think I'm going to run it on this circle too. It's got some waves in it, and there's some spots where the trucks drove last corn season, the silage trucks, and they really packed the ground. I brought up a lot of big clods, so I think I'm going to run it across at one time. I think it'll be really good for it. So right now, I'm going to fold up, head to the barn, drop this plow off. I got to air up some tires on the float, get it ready. I think there's a couple spots that take grease, and obviously I'll grease all the wheel bearings, and then we'll go from there. I gave up last night at about 7:30. I was pretty disgusted over that stupid bearing. That just gets old. It just gets really old. So that's what I'm doing. Fold up, head back to the house, get switched over, and then head to the dairy. There's the pivot I started was that a couple days ago. It's supposed to finish around 2 o'clock tomorrow. That stuff turned out really tall. That's a really good variety. We've plated that for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. It's called 813. It's really, really good trait. It gets really tall. I know a lot of times triticale will get real hollow. It won't weigh very much, but we've had really good luck with this variety. We had the seed guy out the other day, and he's predicting that circle to make over 20 tons. So we're super stoked, super excited. Hopefully it'll hit that. That'd be a great number. This is all dry land right here on the edge into the corner. This stuff turned out really good too. We got that 3.5 inch rain, and it just, man, it changed everything for us. So anyways, decided I'd show that off a little bit. Turned out really nice this year. Man, this is always windy here. I'm gonna throw some blue duff in this tractor, top it off with diesel, and then I'll get that land plane hooked up and get it moved over to the dairy. Just gonna see what you guys thought about my G-Wagon. This is how I roll with my homies in town. Hey guys, I'm on the road. Tires are in really bad shape on this thing. I didn't realize how bad they had gotten. I put 35 in all of them. We're gonna chance it, see if we can make it over there. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to call Dad and we'll have to buzz one of the wing tires off to get us by, but going a little slower, trying to ease it over there. Hopefully we'll make it. What's cool about this land grader is once you get it all folded out, you don't even need the tires. The tires don't even run with it. It's pretty cool. So wish me luck. Hey guys, so I usually like to do about 300 acres a day. I didn't quite hit that today. It is what it is. Finished at Dad's. No more bearing trouble, thankfully. I did fold that thing up and put it up, but I think once I get the corn done, I'm going to pull that thing out. I'm going to grease every bearing on that plow and then put it back in there. So yeah, I got his done with the Blade Plow. I'm doing the last few passes here on this East 120 by the dairy. It's going pretty fast. I'm doing about 40 acres an hour. I'm gonna do these last couple rounds and then I'm gonna make 2 passes on the outside, and then the circle should be good to go. We still have that rain chance. They actually beefed it up today. It's like 100% chance Sunday now, and like a 65% chance Monday. Which I'm assuming the rain's gonna come Sunday, and then it's gonna finish like right after midnight on Monday maybe. But yeah, really looking forward to it. This field's kind of trying to blow a little bit just because I ran this land grader on it and floated everything nice and smooth, but it's doing a really good job. This field's a little rough after the blade plow. I didn't realize it was this rough, so I'm really glad we made the decision to come over here and do this. The corners on this place don't look as good as all the other corners. It's kind of crazy, but there is a slope here, so I'm wondering if because of that grade that a lot of that water doesn't sit there, it just runs off. Most of our farm ground, or shoot, 90% of it is all just flat. There's only a couple sprinklers that have a little bit of slope, but none of the dry land really slopes, so it's very interesting. I did get all the tracks filled in though, and that was good. I just didn't shoot a lot of video today. Didn't have a whole lot going on. Once I got on the blade plow, probably the funniest thing that happened today is my Honda compressor that I usually keep on the back of the service pickup. I don't know why, but it like locked up. And it just, you could pull the rope, but it was really tight. And there's a little valve on there that you're supposed to switch that makes it pull easier and cuts the air off. And I don't know if it wasn't working or it got stuck. But I hammered on it like 6 times and I thought I was going to break the rope. So we gave up on it, but then as I was taking it off the forklift, I gave it one huge pull and it fired right up on the first pull. So, good old Honda. Can't beat a Honda. But yeah, today was pretty uneventful. Everything went fairly well. Had trouble with the land grader earlier. Nearly broke my back getting that thing set up, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's about it. I don't got much more, guys. I'm gonna put yesterday and today's footage all in one big nice video package for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Dirt Naked Farms. We'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, I'm just finishing up that 120 East. It went pretty fast. I was going like 8.5 miles an hour. I was doing 40 acres an hour. This thing, it was pretty quick. A little rough, but not too bad. I've been in worse. So my plans right now for tomorrow are, I'm gonna come over here first thing, get the tractor, get this thing folded up. I'm gonna probably try to fold it up tonight while the tractor's cooling off, just to see if I'm still having issues. But earlier I had some issues folding it out. There's a pin hinge where it pivots, and you fold the blade back and forth. You got to do it by hand, and something wasn't right on it today. It was really odd. So I got that to do, and take the tractor to Dad's. I'm gonna start on that 120, and get that 120 knocked out. Then I need to take this thing off, and then throw this tractor, the 8R410. I'm gonna throw it on the planter. But in the morning, I've got to make time to come over to the dairy. I've got to train one of the dairy's new guys, one of the hired hands, how to do the pivots tomorrow. That's the only kicker, is I've got to come over here for about an hour and a half. I'm going to teach him how to grease the pivot, how to check the gearboxes, just little stuff like that. Tires, make sure all the tires are aired up. So I've got to do that, and then I'll go back to the house and get the planter all hooked up. I still need to get Casey to get me a USB so I can pull the old fields and boundaries and stuff off that 360R. This week was kind of a pain on this tractor not having all that. But yeah, that's what. Shoot, it came out to 147 acres. I did 147 acres out of this, so yeah, that's pretty good. But I had a double float where those tracks were really deep. So, but anyways, this is a good day. Happy. Tomorrow it's not supposed to be windy. At least I was told that earlier. I hadn't checked. I'm scared to look at the forecast because they dropped our rain chances to 60 on Sunday, but then this morning they were back up to 94, and I'm afraid if I look at it, they're going to take it out. So, anyways, I'm going to get this thing folded up real quick and head home. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for all the likes, the subs. It really helps. I'll start shooting some more video tomorrow. See you. Alright, so it's a little windy. I finally got that stupid thing folded up, but it wasn't easy. It took the strength of an ox. But now, this tire, which is one of the road tires, it's completely flat. So, I'm going to buzz it off, throw it on one of these wings, take this wing one off, either one, probably this one, and throw it on there. And then I'm done for the day.